Shalom. This is Hara 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Ka Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is going to be just a quick lesson, early morning lesson. A few scriptures came to my mind when I saw this clip of Ukraine before and after, man. Before and after. See, right now everybody's glorifying and admiring America, right? For all its glory. And matter of fact, let me get this first. Scriptures came to me. Matter of fact, let me get that. The Bible called this place the golden city. This is Isaiah 14. Let me get the blue coordinates too. All right, because it shows how, I look at Ukraine, how Russia's dealing with Ukraine, and the Lord bringing Russia forward, man, just like He promised in Ezekiel 38, man. To turn them back into that Soviet Union mind state, make them want to grab all those lands around them over there in Eastern Eurasia, all right, around the Kremlin. Now, what used to be called the Soviet Union, all right. So now, if you look at Ukraine before and after, you'll see the blueprint that Russia's going to use towards America. All right, the daughter of Babylon. But this scripture right here, this is Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and 4. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb, all right, against the king of Babylon. And the king of Babylon represents whatever president is in power. Most likely, it looks like it's going to be Biden or Trump, when the destruction happens, when Russia finally comes against America. Right now they're still going at Ukraine. Now they're talking about going at the NATO countries and America over there in those countries, American bases. They're talking about using tactical nukes now towards the end of the year, which we know towards the end of the year they're talking about a recession. All right, going into next year, which could bring about the MOTB real fast, man. All right, and Russia's talking about deploying his first Sarmat or Satan II missiles to shoot at Ukraine by the end of the year, which, the Lord gonna speed up that time most likely, however. But with that in mind, everybody's glorying in America. Let me get this. All right, because everybody sees America as the golden city, It's being glorified, decked with all kind of riches and wealth and land, buildings and skyscrapers, So this is how it looks now. All right, but afterwards it's gonna look like this. See that? Look like Lot's wife, don't it? That's for the people that don't listen. But yeah, America's gonna be a desert, man. Okay, according to the scriptures. So they got a good example of an idea of before and after. Everything gonna be destroyed here. All right, so I'm gonna get the scripture real quick. In Isaiah 14 and 4, it says that thou shalt take up this proverb, all right, this mystery, this parable against America. Because it's a mystery, all right? It's not meant for everybody to get it. So they pit the maxim as simile, basically like a riddle. A sentences of ethical wisdom, basically a metaphor, man. All right, metaphorically speaking. When he says the daughter, when the scriptures say the daughter of Babylon or Babylon, it's metaphorically speaking about America being that place of confusion. All right, just like ancient Babylon, a place of business and resource. Um, and you know that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. All right, the ruler of Babylon at that time, which would be the president or the leader, commander in chief, and say, how have the oppressor ceased, man? The golden city ceased. So the golden city is going to be done. It's like a metropolis right now. Everybody loving this wicked ass place. And it was a metropolis that was set up for Esau and a hell that was set up for Jacob. But the oppressor, man, who is that? That's what America has done through these damn Edomites. That's what Esau or Jake called them, massa in slavery. It means oppressor. It says nagas, which means to drive to tax. Who's been taxing and sanctioning everybody? Who's been taxing us? Not taxing us, I mean. All right? Pushing the agenda of the elites over there in Europe. The taskmaster, ruler, oppressor. All right? And they've been set up as, America was set up as a taskmaster to keep us in bondage and went out to make war. Let me get that real quick. All right? They put us in slavery. And after slavery, they still went out to make war with us during the time of the civil rights movement. All right, let me get this real quick. This is Revelations 13 and 7. All right, because it's speaking about the beast, NATO. And if you know anything about NATO, you know that America, the American general, has to be the leader of NATO. All right, that's by the rules. The leader of NATO has to be an American general. Ever since, I can't think of his name right now, man. Eisenhower, okay, in 1950s, and he was that mouth that was speaking great things and lies against the Lord and against His people. Revelation 13:7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. America went to war with us, man, especially ever since slavery and the civil rights movement. All right, they set up Jim Crow. You know, they went to war with us, man, spiritual and physical. To overcome them, all right, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Where did he get his power from? All right, because that's right. Where did America get its power and authority from? Because the beast, remember I said the general of the beast has to be an American general. Revelation 13:2, and the beast which I saw was likened to a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. So the end of this man's system is going to end with Russia. All right, and they're going to destroy the staff of the wicked, and the staff of the wicked represents those elites over there in Europe that's using America to oppress the world with. All right, the hammer of the earth. So it says this, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. So you know, Britain. And the dragon, what? Europe, or what you call European Union today, or Rome. The dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. All right? Right? Because they all set up to make America rich and glorified, all right? With all kind of riches and resources and land and all kind of, you know, beautified this place. But Revelation 17... 16, 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, Where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, man. All right, they cannot be satisfied, but heapeth unto them all people. I mean, they want to take over the whole damn earth. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. All right, so these 10 horns basically representing the European Union. They're gonna wind up hating. They're gonna show their hatred towards this place and destroy it. All right, play a part in destroying it. That's what you call the Illuminati and the conspiracy theories and all that. But it's not a conspiracy no more, or a theory. They're just conspiring. All right, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh. So they're gonna strip this place of all its riches. That basically pulling the curtains back, man. All right, snatching away the mirage, waking everybody up. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So they're going to play a part in this place being burned with fire. Because ever since World War II, these elites have been playing both sides of the war. So they're going to cause America to be burned with fire so they can bring in a new world order. For Yahweh have put in their hearts what? Why did the dragon give America its power and seat and great authority in NATO as well? For Yahweh had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, with the spearhead for the beast is who? America, riding upon the scarlet-colored beast, the red beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled, man, all right? The woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So it's basically saying, this woman, America, the daughter of Babylon, the whore, is that great city, man. It's a great, vast, it was a rich city before. But now it's becoming a third world country before it gets destroyed. Which reigneth over the, it should say, which reigneth over the earth as a king, all right? So that's how you know it's talking about America. All right, it's parabolic. So let's get this real quick. What was I gonna get next? Because this place is is beautified. There you go. And the Lord said He's gonna send the missiles, and it's gonna be just like Ukraine. All right. Let me continue this. Isaiah 14:4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, the president, and say, how have the oppressor ceased? All right, the oppressor. The golden city ceased, man. The golden city, man. All right, they look at this place like living a life like it's golden. Right? It's going to come to an end. It's been a taxer, exactor of gold, taking gold from the whole world, man. And it's been vacuumed from this place into Europe by those elites. All right, gold making, exactor, raging. And the Lord say, why the heathen rage? All right. Gold producing, gold making, golden city. So now, the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, man. So the Lord is breaking this place to pieces. A rod, a company led by a chief with staff, man. All right, a scepter. Support of life. That's what helps to sustain Europe and keep them rich, America. So the Lord is breaking the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, man. That's why they call him the hammer of the earth. They call this place the hammer of the earth. He who smote the people, especially the Israelites, in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger, so he ruling all the nations in anger, and they're going to show their hatred towards this place as well. It's is persecuted and none hinder. See, America has shown nothing but hatred to the world, and now these nations are gonna show that same hatred back. So they're gonna be persecuted, and nobody gonna be able to stop it. Right. So let's get to the point. Um, it's about before and after. This is Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion. So we supposed to blow the trumpet and warn our people. Zion represents the mountain, the government of Israel, the elect. All right. And sound an alarm in my holy mountain. We're a separated government. The Lord said that the government shall be upon his shoulders, talking about Israelites. All right, that's what we represent. That's why there's order. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. The inhabitants of this land is going to tremble. All right, but the elect are going to be awoke and ready. For the day of the Lord is coming, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. Right now, you don't see that. It's about sunshine over here in America right now. All right, the bright lights in the big cities, and big stages. As the morning spread upon the mountains, man, a great people and strong, there have not been ever the like. See, it's not going to be like a multitude of troops. It's going to be a multitude of missiles with AI technology that can be controlled from satellites. All right, unstoppable, can go around or through any missile defense. Invincible. Nuclear power, so it can go around and keep going for like months. As the morning spread, a great people strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, right? It's never going to happen again. A fire, what? A fire devoureth before them. What is that talking about? Let me get this real quick. Revelations 9, I think it says. This is Revelations 9. And talking about the missiles. Yep, Revelations 9 and 16. And the number of the army of horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. What's that? 200 million missiles going to hit this place. All right, well, warheads. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, man. So talking about the powers. So these horses are going to be propelled and like horses to battle, set in array. All right, the horse represents power. All right. And then, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. It basically saying it's going to be equipped with thick, whatever, man, titanium, metal. All right, and of jacinth and brimstone, man. So we're gonna have nuclear, what you call that, uranium in it. All right, and the heads of the horses, right? These horses that set in array, that's being propelled by nuclear fire. And the horses were as the heads of lions, man. So I mean, they powers in the heads. That we call it nuclear warhead. All right. And out of their mouths, what? Out of the front of it, issue fire and smoke and brimstone. All right. By these three were the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. All right. So what represents the wicked? For their power is in their mouth, man. So it's about the warheads. The Lord gonna have it strike this place and burn everything up and shake the earth. And for their power is in their mouth, meaning the edge of the It says at the edge of a sword or a weapon, and in their tails. So the power is in their mouth and in their tails. So it's never been nothing seen like this before. All right, in ancient times. For their power is in their mouth, in the front of the missiles, and in their tails, so in the back of the missile, they get propelled all around the world. For that's how you know these are those specific missiles spoken of in the scriptures, the ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Russia calls them the Sarmat, or Satan too, which means adversary. They're going to shoot them at the adversary. And the Lord had Russia name it perfectly, Satan. That's what the Lord going to destroy. All right, the third part of for their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents. You know, they zigzag through there when they shoot off. And had heads, and with them they do hurt. All right? So, yeah, man, let's get back to that real quick. Joel 2. It says, verse 3, a fire devoureth before them. See, this makes sense now. And behind them a flame burneth. Goes right with Revelation 9. The land is as the Garden of Eden before it. So you see America look all glorious, like I showed you a minute ago. Just like they're doing in Ukraine. They look glorious and all that. But now you see the after picture, and it looks like this picture here. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, man. All right, it's like a paradise. And behind them, a desolate wilderness. In the desert, basically, like a desert. Once these missiles pass, hit this place, it's going to be like a desert. All right, that's why I say Ukraine is the blueprint that Russia and them going to use towards this place, America. It's on a bigger scale. All right, and behind them, a desolate wilderness, a desert, man. So they're going to turn the page, and nothing shall escape, man. Nothing. No, nothing shall escape. All right. And even them damn birds that's going to be alive, the cormorant, the owls and all that, they're not going to leave this place. Nothing's going to leave here, man. Everything's going to perish here. All right. And I think Apostle Gabar said it, if I'm not mistaken. He said, yeah, when we travel, we're going to look at this place and see it destroyed. Say, that was Babylon, man. The daughter of Babylon. All right. So behind is going to be a desolate wilderness. Yeah, you know, so everything's going to be destroyed. And nothing shall escape. So with that being said, look at this. All right. Let's get Revelation 17:6. Revelation 17:6. It says here, and I saw the woman, see, there go that woman again, America, drunken with the blood of the saints, man. This place was built upon robbing, stealing, and killing the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Built on the backs of slaves. And when I saw her, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai, so the same ones that were martyred 2,000 years ago, they're back here today in captivity. That's why King David was here in America. Elijah was here in America. All right, Peter was here, who was what? King David. All right, these are all martyrs for the Lord. Paul is here. James is here. All right. So they're back here in the flesh, going through the oppression from this place so we could be delivered. It says, and when I saw her, see, John, the Revelator, he saw this place in his mind. And he wasn't like, he saw it glorified, like, wow. But then he also saw it being destroyed. He saw the before and after. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So he wondered after with great. He admired this place. Like, wow, the Lord let him see it in detail. All right. To wonder by implication, to admire, to marvel at. All right. To be had in admiration. Just like people today, they're still admiring this place. You know, they're still stuck. Um, of the wonders of this place, man. It says wonder, a wonderful thing, a marvel, with great wonder, exceedingly. So it's a great big country with great resources. All right, so that's America, man. All right, let me get one more. So that's the before. Now let's see that. Let's see the after. This is Revelations 18 and 15. So John, especially in Revelation 18, it shows you the whole destruction of this place and how it was decked with all kind of riches. But now, let me read it. That's why it's called great or fat, because it's increased with riches and wealth. Just like Israel is going to be increased, strengthened with resources and wealth and healing. All right. When all the nations begin to flow and bring their riches and wealth and their kings unto us as our property. Revelation 18. I might start from 1, man. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. This place gonna fall, man. And it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean bird, and hateful bird. So it's gonna be basically a bunch of scavengers here, swamp animals, lizards. That's the only thing that's gonna make it out of this place. Stuff that can withstand high temperatures of heat, like around the swamp. And he cried in poisonous environments. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, all right? For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication. So they all did business with the place and helped to make this place rich with resources. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, right? Went into business with this place. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All right? So America get all these delicacies, and they use that, the elites over there in Europe use that. They use the resources that they gain through America to other countries and to make them impoverished, just like the Soviet Union in 1991, just like Iraq. All those resources over there that were taken in the Middle East, it was taken through America and vacuumed into Europe. And I heard another voice saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague, so that day coming. But the Lord, you're going to hear that voice come from the heavens, come up hither. All right? And the angel's going to take you up into the chariots. For her sins have reached unto heaven. And Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities, man. So the prophecies are going to be manifest. All right, the time of her judgment is here. Reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her even according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. Was that destruction, and then later on slavery. All right, these devils gonna go into slavery that built this place. The founding fathers, the Edomites. How much she hath glorified herself, man. All right, glorified herself and lived deliciously. That's the before and after. So much torment and sorrow give her. So they say that the higher you go up, the further the fall. So this place has been raised all the way up to the heavens, and it's gonna be dropped that far. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, man. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, meaning a ruler, all right, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. But look at populous No. Look at Thebes when they fell. Look at Nineveh, you know. Look at ancient Babylon. So all these places fell, but they had supporters with them, supporting countries, just like America has a supporting country, a husband, if you want to call it that, a pimp for the whore. So they think they're not going to see any sorrow. But as we read, that all these nations, the Most High put it in their heart to give America their strength and to do His will until the time comes where He's going to have these nations turn against this place. All right? Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. One day, man. It's going to take one day. Death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Utterly burned with fire. For the strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her, man. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. They're going to see this place being destroyed. And they're going to realize, like, damn, we can't do no more business with this place. Especially the proxy countries. Or the allies of America. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas. So they're going to be scared, thinking, whoa, is it going to happen to them next? Alas, alas, or wow, this has happened. That great city, Babylon, so that great city. See that? Great in wickedness, great in wealth, vast resources, you know, land and buildings and all this shit. Vacation getaways and celebrities and all this madness, man. But it's really a polluted place, man. This is not our rest. It shall destroy us with a sore destruction. That mighty city, and it was mighty, great and mighty. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. All right, so verse 15. Because that's the before and after, man. Let me read it. Verse 12. So nobody can be able to buy merchandise from this place because it's going to be destroyed. And a lot of places were wealthy because of the resources that America has taken from around the world. The merchandise of gold and silver, precious stones, and the pearls and fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, and thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble. And man has taken all these elements that the Lord created, and resources, and assets, and have turned it to their imaginations and created things out of it. You know, everything we see today. Called innovators. And cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine linen, wheat, beast. Wow. Wheat. Now it's only 7 weeks left for wheat. I think wheat just passed for about 6 weeks. Left for wheat in America or in the world. And beasts, and sheep, and of horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. See, this place was built off slavery. And it's what they call it, the melting pot, you know, the souls of men, full of people, overpopulated. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. So America gonna lose that power. All right. So before and after, man, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. They're gonna be scared, thinking that they're next, and saying, "Alas, alas, that great city." Then like that, this actually happened. That was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold, the golden city, and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to what? To naught. So it was built up, rich city, great city. And in 1 hour, the page gonna be turned. It's gonna be a before and a after right here. All right, before and after. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by the sea, stood afar off. That's how you know this is talking about America, not Rome. All right, from sea to shining sea, it's gonna be a lake of fire. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, "What city is like unto this great city, man?" All right, and they gonna be stuck like, "Oh man, I can't believe it just happened. It was so beautiful." It was gonna be destroyed, man. Crush all their dreams. All right, that's right. That's why the Lord telling us, Sirach 5:1, set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. A lot of jakes in this place, the Lord said, "Rise, this is not your rest." And they say, "I have enough. I pass it down to my children. That's it." It's about generational wealth, man. Say, but the Lord said, "Don't set your heart upon your goods." Why? Get this real quick. I think I'm gonna end it with this one. This is one we all know. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So it'll catch everybody off guard, man. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. So their rulership is going to pass away. All right. With a great noise, though. That's going to be the turning of the page. And the elements, so their heavenly state, that rulership, that Eden, paradise they made called America for Esau, is what? It's going to pass away with great noise. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. All the elements that I just read, everything they have here is going to melt. Everything they built from those elements is going to melt with fervent heat. And the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, man. So the heat, the blast from the great noise, and the fire is going to melt and burn this stuff up and scatter it. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation? All right, the holy mountain that he spoke of in the beginning of this lesson, Zion. What manner of person ought we to be in all our actions? That word conversation means actions and speech, man. All right, we should walk in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's basically to the point. And righteousness to the best of our ability, speaking the truth. Looking for and hastening, right, unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. So his rulership and everything they built and their riches and their great city is going to be dissolved. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right. So that's the before and the after. And then we look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man, where Yahweh Shai is in rulership and he establishes Israel. All right. So yeah, man, it's a before and after. All right, just like Ukraine before and after, man. All right, so I'm gonna show you one more picture of it. This is the before and after pic of Ukraine. Look at that. Where's that? Borod Yanka. All right, look at this. This is in Mariupol before, like a hospital or something, and after. Look at that. All right, this is Kharkiv. I mean, before. Look at the apartments over there. The grass all nice and mowed and lawned. Lawns and mowed. People out chilling. And after, look at the after. All right, and this is Kyiv.